Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Chapter 6. Chapter 6 is all about stress in words with suffixes. And remember, suffixes are the endings of words. We have prefix coming at the beginning, the root or the stem of the word, and then suffix are the last syllables or syllable in a word. So we're going to look at stress at the very end of end of words with particular suffixes. So in this chapter, you will learn where to stress words with common suffixes that we see very often in English with various parts of speech. You will learn the pronunciation of longer, multi-syllable words, especially academic, scientific, and technical terms. I think when we have words that have multiple syllables, 4, 5 syllables, it can be tricky. Where's the word stress go? There are a lot of syllables there. May be difficult to pronounce, almost feel impossible to pronounce. But we're going to learn the patterns, right? The patterns for stress with these suffixes. So it will help you in your pronunciation of longer multi-syllable words, especially for those of you, I know many of you are looking to get in the medical field, whether as a registered nurse or a radiology or in dentistry. I know that for many of you that is a goal of yours, no matter the goal. But for those of you that have academic goals, especially after ESL, I think this will be a great benefit to you for pronouncing those long multi-syllable words. And then the last thing we'll look at in this chapter is learn more about vowel sounds in stressed and unstressed syllables. We know that the vowel sounds in stressed syllables sound longer, right? They're clear, they're louder in pitch, higher in intonation. They're very clear and long. Well, what do unstressed vowel sounds sound like? Vowels and unstressed syllables. How do we pronounce those? So we'll kind of distinguish the two in greater detail. We talked about them already with vowel sounds before a few weeks back, but we'll take a look at that again, especially with regard to suffixes. So common suffixes such as the ER suffix, MENT, and able, ABLE suffix, they do not affect word stress. So when we add these suffixes to a part of speech, they don't change word stress of that word. For example, employ, employer, employment, employable, right? This is a verb, employ. Employer is a person, right? Your boss or manager, business, company. Employment is a noun, but it's more referring to your job or your career. Employable is an adjective describing someone as easy to hire or to offer a job. So you can see different parts of speech changed by the suffix that's added to the root word, which is employ, but none of these suffixes change or affect the word stress. The ploy, that syllable, continues to be the strong syllable. So some common suffixes do not affect word stress. However, others, and these are the four that we're going to look at, or three, forgive me, that we're going to look at in this chapter, they do change. They do affect, they shift the stress in the word in predictable ways. And we'll look at how to predict that stress in this chapter. Take a look at these examples. Specify. Specify. And then when we add the IC suffix, you can see the shift. Specific. specific. The word stress shifts from the first syllable to the second syllable when we add the ick suffix. Same thing with the ity. Major, majority. You can see the shift over one syllable. And the same thing with the ly suffix, the ion suffix. Apply, apply. Application, application. So these do affect word stress, and that the stressed syllable changes, it moves over, and we'll look at those predictable ways in this chapter. And then again, we'll look at how to pronounce unstressed syllables. We see the vowel sound schwa, the schwa vowel sound is kind of the default vowel sound used in unstressed syllables. It's very prominent in English, and we'll look at how it shows up in unstressed syllables. So welcome to Chapter 6. Let's go ahead and dive right on into our first warm-up, Exercise 1 on page 51. Welcome.